I don't talk about myself much on this channel, but a few of you have asked why I focus so much on communication patterns instead of just he's toxic, leave. So today's a little different, pal. This is the relationship that taught me everything I teach here. Before we continue, make sure to like and share this channel if you like what I do here. Right, let's jump into the video. A few years ago, I was in a relationship where on paper, nothing was dramatic. No cheating, no yelling, nothing you could point to as the reason. But I spent 2 years feeling slightly unsure of where I stood, and I couldn't explain why. I didn't have the language for it then, Deg. I just knew something felt off, and I also felt kind of crazy for not being able to name what it was. Looking back with everything I know now, what was happening was a mismatch in how we each handled closeness. I'd bring something up gently, and it would get smoothed over instead of actually addressed, but not dismissed exactly, just managed. And I kept thinking the problem was that I needed to explain things better, more clearly, more calmly. I made myself smaller and more careful instead of realizing the conversations were never actually landing anywhere. The shift for me wasn't a big blow up or a dramatic ending. It was learning the actual language for what I'd been experiencing, patterns, attachment styles, what it looks like when someone avoids conflict versus resolves it. Once I had the words for it, I stopped thinking something was wrong with me and started seeing it as something I could actually name and talk about. That's the whole reason this channel exists. I wish someone had explained this to me in plain language back then, instead of me piecing it together 3 years later. So when I break down a listener's texts or explain an attachment style, I'm not doing it from a textbook. I'm doing it from having lived the exact confusion you might be sitting in right now. That's why I don't tell people to just leave or just communicate more. It's rarely that simple, and I know that firsthand. If any part of this sounded familiar, comment below. I read all of them. And honestly, this video is as much for me as it is for you. Subscribe if you're sticking around. More breakdowns coming next.